Yolanda, on est où là? On est à Cusco, c'est ta ville d'adoption parce que tu es hollandaise, je crois.
Yeah. When I was here to see the river dolphins in Iquitos, I traveled around Peru and I saw all these children working on the streets and begging for money. And then just I got the feeling like I want to do something, and I think I can do it with simple things. I can do something, and if it's only one child, I will do it also.
Tu as adopté 12 enfants.
12, yes.
Incroyable.
Yeah.
Et tu avais quel âge?
I was 31 when I came. I left there. I sold all my things. When I came back from seeing the river dolphins in '95, I went back to Holland. Of course, I had my job, and I just closed my eyes. I made a decision. I want to go back to do something. I didn't know what. And I closed my eyes and I picked a date, and it was July 10th that I picked, and it was in January that I did that. So I had like 6 months to quit my job, sell my things, and arrange my things. And I just came here with my backpack and nothing more.
C'est incroyable, ça a été une révélation. C'est la nouvelle Mère Teresa, si je comprends bien.
No. It looks like something incredible. I know that a lot of people don't make a step like that, but it's all in your mind, I think. If you just do it, then you don't understand anymore why it was difficult before to do something like that. And I never regretted it, and well, I think you have to do what your heart really feels, always. And then it will be okay.
C'était ton chemin.
Yeah, yeah. Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Tu es arrivé ici, à Cusco, en tant que touriste. Tu peux plus repartir. Tu adoptes 12 enfants. Et après, qu'est-ce qui se passe?
After I had my 12 boys, first I needed income for the projects. So then I thought, well, only depending on donations, that's too insecure. So that's why I had the idea of the hotels. First, I started the hotel, and when we had enough income, I started the restaurants for the children. And it's a day program, because also with my 12 boys it was really crowded in the house. So I thought, more boys, that's too much for me, so I need to think of something else. And that's why I thought about the idea of the restaurant. So the restaurant is actually, you can call it a soup kitchen, but it's more than a soup kitchen, because soup kitchen would mean only giving food and nothing more. But the food is only a little part of the whole program, because what we want more for the children is a nice place where they can be together, where they can develop friendship and work on their self-esteem and having a nice time.
T'es arrivé ici, tu connaissais personne. Comment t'as trouvé les fonds pour pouvoir monter ton premier hôtel?
Well, that's a funny story, because the donations with my 12 boys were just like 10 guilders, that's like €5 now, más o menos, a month. And so I had like friends, family, neighbors, everyone I knew. I sent a letter before I came here, like, can you support me with €5 a month? And they said, but what are you going to do? And I said, I don't have any idea, but it's going to work. But please help me with €5 a month. So that was working, but then I thought it's insecure, and also I didn't want to stay depending on other people. And then I thought about the hotel, and I was in Holland after 2 years for the first time, and I had a friend who had a cheese shop, and all his clients who came in his shop said, oh, I have a friend and she's living with 12 boys there, and maybe you can be a donor for €5 a month. And so that worked. And when I was, after 2 years in Holland, he said, I have one in my shop, and he said, if Yolanda's in Holland, I want to talk with her, because maybe I can do something more than €5 a month. And so he said, oh, please, you have to talk to this man. And I said, no, thank you, because I'm in Holland for my friends. And so I didn't want to do it, but he asked me like 10 times. And I said, okay, I will go to that man, but together with you, because I don't know this man and what does he want. And then the man said to me, okay, I'm already a donor from the first week you started there. And but what are your plans? Because, well, you have the 12 boys, and what's the next step? And then I said, oh, I want to start a hotel. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. And how much money do you think you need? And I didn't have any idea, because it was just a plan for 2 weeks I had in my mind. So I said, well, I think like $50,000, something like that. And he said, well, I think that's a reasonable amount, and give me your bank account number and I will give you the money. And then I said, wow, but what do you want from me? No, and there cannot be any voice in the project because I just want to give you the money and here's the money and good luck with it.
Et alors après, comment ça s'est passé? Avec l'argent que tu as récolté, que tu as gagné, tu as pu ouvrir d'autres centres pour les enfants en fait de la rue?
I could let the project grow. So when the first hotel started to run well, then I opened a children's restaurant and then another children's restaurant. So then I had 2 restaurants. And then I thought, okay, now we get also more publicity in Holland. So more people came to the hotels, and then I thought, okay, let's take the risk and do another hotel, but together again with a project.
Et aujourd'hui, combien d'enfants profitent de ton idée de départ?
Now we have every day 600 children, and they are in 5 children restaurants. So every restaurant has 125 children. And 3 hotels to have income and donations, of course, because we need also only the income of the hotel is not enough.
Et en plus de ça, tu fais participer la communauté péruvienne.
The nice thing that I couldn't imagine in the beginning, because I came here to help children, but when I started the hotel, I needed also employees to work in the hotel. So, and then I started the restaurants, and I needed people to work in the kitchens and to clean, and so that was a nice extra thing that started to grow. So now we have 79 people on the payroll, and they have all social security, and also these people have also all their own children. So it's not only the 600 children, it's like much more, because they all have 4 or 5 children also at home. So with their salaries, they can maintain their own families also. We do a lot of sports here with the children. Here basket, and we do also self-defense classes for them. We have a lot of abused children and children who are in a lot of violence in their houses.
Tu leur fournis les chaussures également?
Yeah, we have sport uniforms and shoes, because a lot of children, they don't have a lot of clothes, or the clothes is not clean.
Alors qu'est-ce qu'ils font d'autre comme activité ici à part le sport?
We have a whole program. So they come in the morning, so they get breakfast first, because a lot of children, they don't have food in their houses, or they live alone without parents. So we start with breakfast, and then they can do homework classes if they want, or other activities. We have also the garden. They have all their own toothbrushes with their names, of course.
Ah, même un cinéma?
The children are really happy with the cinema, because with their behavior they can gain points, entrance, and they can earn popcorn and gaseosa, and it's working really very fine. It's like a stimulation to be aware of their behavior. Acá una pequeña biblioteca, also to stimulate them to read, of course, and to open their world. Once a week, because we have a lot of skin problems.
Une fois par semaine, il y a un docteur qui vient. Ils ont chacun leur carnet de santé.
So like statistics we have also.
Tu as un ange gardien de la planète incroyable. Grâce à toi, on espère que les Péruviens vont pouvoir participer aux Jeux écologiques. Donc est-ce qu'on peut compter sur toi pour une mission supplémentaire? Mais je suis sûr que tu vas la prendre à bras le corps.
Yes, I will participate, and also with our children, of course.